The other big story coming out of Cork and Hall last Thursday was the 8-man tag D Courage versus Natural Vibes. The first 8-man tag for D Courage as a 4-man group, as the show opened with the formal announcement, the formal invitation of Ryoya Tanaka to join D Courage. He does so and joins them in the semi-main event, D Courage versus KZ, Jason Lee, Strong Machine J, and Jackie Funky Kamei. It is Kamei getting the win with a JFK out of a Jackie knife and looking like he was just one moment away getting pinned by the rookie upstart. And I think we have to just immediately talk about the rocket ship baby bird match that we got to see. Kay says, in one night, the company did it again, right? Tanaka is now a guy.
So this is what sets Dragongate apart from every other promotion. And you and I obviously, have never stopped down and gone, this is what we like about Dragongate. This is why we do this podcast. But I think it's worth noting within the confines of this match that this match right here, forget the emotion in storytelling of the main event, where the main event was storytelling done right. It wasn't over dramatic. It actually had emotion to it, and it was just beautifully laid out. It's matches like this that, for a promotion, oddly enough, that is known for pop and circumstance and moves with a Z and being fast moving and progressive, it's the fact that Dragongate does the little things that I think set them apart from every other promotion. And I think, and I'll go through a few different examples here, the thing that still sets this promotion apart, whether it's Shima's promotion, or Shingo's on top, or Yamadoi's on top, or now we see D Courage on top, is that they are able to have matches like this. I don't think there's ever been a promotion in the history of wrestling that is as successful as anointing guys within a match. Because we knew from the opening sequence, this match was entirely going to be about Ryoya Tanaka, and it was a sink or swim moment for him. If he would have slipped on a dive, or if he would have been late on a transition, if he would have botched a roll-up, a flash pin sequence, okay, we would have known, he would have been exposed, and we would have gone one step forward, two steps back. But Tanaka follows in this lineage of Dragongate guys that are thrown into the deep end, and it turns out that they know how to swim. And this match was so special because in the litany of great matches that we've seen this year, and the litany of great matches to come next year, 5 years from now, a decade from now, we are going to remember this match. They did something special with Tanaka here in the same way that on March 31st, 2006, the guys in Dragongate got together. They went up to Gabe Sapolsky and they said, watch, we're going to make Dragon Kid a star in this match. And then they did. In the same way that Shima baby birded Ricochet at Untouchable 2010 in Chicago, it was Shima and Ricochet versus Speed Muscle. And the entire match was, look at all of these things Ricochet can do. He is now a superstar. And it worked. In the same way that Takahiro Yamamura got the chance in 2017 to have a 20-minute time limit draw in match number 2 and then come back in the semi-main event and show his worth. He was a made man going forward. I don't think there's a promotion, especially in multi-man matches, that can do what these guys do. They push all of their chips in, and they have these little moments throughout the match. Mike, think about this. The match opens. They start off hot. D Courage clears the ring, and Ryoya Tanaka does a huge no-touch tope to the floor. It is an immediate spotlight on the new guy, and he sticks the landing. As they go throughout the match, there's a great spot where Daya does a dive, and then Yoshioka does a dive, and then Kakuta does a hip attack. And again, they leave Tanaka in the ring to do his signature move, and he hits that Spanish fly, and he nearly gets the pin. The focus is all on him. And then they go to the finish, and even though Tanaka loses, the focus is on him, and he's hanging in there with Kamei, who might be the single best worker on the roster, not named Shun Skywalker. He's right there with him. It is impossible not to think higher of Ryoya Tanaka after watching this match, and they did it in such an interesting way. And here's where I want to compare it to other promotions before I kick it back to you. You think about the way that other promotions have elevated guys within the ring. In Noah in All Japan, and this is a generalization, but I think this is largely true, they get their ass kicked and it elevates them up the card. Think about the Kenta Trial Series. Think about what Nakajima went through. Think about what Kiyomiya went through just a few years ago. There's not a lot of Noah matches because they come from the branch of All Japan where you have shining young guy doing great things in a match. And that makes him better off. What you have is shiny young guy gets kicked in the face as hard as he can. The crowd connects to him, and then you slow build from there. But it's never an example of like, oh my God, did you see Kiyomiya? Like, he did all of these great things. He went lockstep with so-and-so, and now he's a big star. That's not the way they do these things. In New Japan, it's so built off of the finish. Okada and Tanahashi in February of 2012, they could have had the same match they had. Okada could have done all of the same things that he did, but if he would have taken a high fly flow at the end, Okada's career just would have never been the same. You think about the G1 finals where they make guys, where they establish guys, where they set them on their way to headline Wrestle Kingdom. It's not what they do in the match. It's what they do in the finish. The finish is what matters there, possibly because they're, the king of sport. They're supposed to be as lifelike as they possibly can. It's a matter of wins and losses. Dragon Gate, to me, and I'm curious as to what you think, is the only promotion that can make guys within the confines of the match win or loss. And it's not that one way is better than the other. It's not that one is right and wrong, but I just love what they do time after time after time after time. And Ryoya Tanaka was just another example of that.